Good evening to you. We start tonight with one of the biggest challenges here in the capital, the cost of housing. But more specifically in this case, soaring service charges, something affecting many Londoners. So many of you got in touch with us after we highlighted how some people's monthly bills had risen by hundreds of pounds. Tonight, we've been hearing from residents refusing to pay escalating bills until they're explained and justified. But as Tara Welsh reports, doing so comes with risks.
THCH, how long have I been complaining about this? The leaks going into my house. Look, dripping water. See? Dripping water.
Gaz says his building has been plagued by leaks for years. He says repairs aren't being done properly and he can't understand why he's being asked to pay more than £2,700 a year in service charges.
This needs to be taken action. I'm really fed up with this whole system. You're charging us service charges for nothing's been done. We pay what we get. If they're maintaining it, we pay for it. But we don't get nothing.
Gaz is a leaseholder here in East London and says he's had enough. So he's not been paying his service charge. And he's not the only one.
Altogether, there's about 15 to 20 people who are on strike. We haven't been paying our service charge and our heating. And we are all angry. We're frustrated. We're angry, anxious.
Jackie rents her flat from housing association THCH. She says her service charge went up by more than a third last year. But on top of that, her landlord's been charging her for hot water as well as her energy provider. So she's been paying twice and hasn't been able to get answers.
You need to be mentally really strong to be fighting and going through thoroughly each and every spreadsheet. And to be honest, I don't have that time. Mentally, I don't have that. I feel drained. I am drained.
We never said we want to not pay the service charge. Give us a service. Like communal cleaning, never been cleaning on the corridor. We haven't got windows in the building. We've got metal railings. Never been cleaned, so I don't know why they say window cleaning.
In a statement, THCH told us it's a non-for-profit organisation and service charges reflect the real costs of delivering services, adjusted for inflation and the economic climate. This year, service charges have increased by an average of 3%. Disputing bills can be an expensive and lengthy process, and many feel trapped. I've been across the capital hearing similar stories of frustration and despair. So one lady's emailed to say that her service charge has gone up from just over £4,000 a year to more than £15,000 a year. More than 100 people have contacted me about this one issue. In West London, I met Kasha. She bought this flat through a shared ownership scheme from Housing Association Clarion in 2020. But last year, she got a letter to say her service charge was going up by more than 60%.
Disbelief to see the figure, the new figure, so it's gone up from roughly £65 to £110 a month. I live here on my own. It's a one-bedroom flat. It's a massive increase.
Kasha spent hours going through paperwork and says she's found inaccuracies. Like the block's been charged £5,000 for cleaning a handful of windows that she says hasn't happened.
£5,000 apparently meant to be cleaned every 12 weeks. These haven't been cleaned since I've moved in.
She says despite asking multiple times, she's not been given any evidence to justify the increase, so she too is refusing to pay.
24 flats in total are on service charge strike. Some of them are withholding full service charge payment, others just the increase.
In a statement, a Clarion Housing spokesperson said, "We are taking the issues very seriously." It said a management agent is responsible for maintaining communal areas and that it's actively working to ensure the issues are addressed properly and promptly. It said it had provided a breakdown of the costs and the reasons behind the adjustments, which reflect the expenses incurred in maintaining the building. One campaign group told us that more and more people are going on service charge strike. But tenants who stop paying bills could be evicted, and leaseholders could face losing their property.
if you've got a court finding against you that you haven't paid your service charges, they can bring an action to try and forfeit your lease.
Which means?
You lose everything. You lose every single penny in your asset.
But some say spiralling costs leave them feeling powerless.
It is absolutely heartbreaking because this was meant to be my home, a new start for me, and it's been really hard. It's been really, really hard.
Kasia, ending that report by Tara, who's with me. This is clearly a big issue for many viewers, not least judging by just how many people got in touch with us.
Yeah, Rizin, all the time I've been at the BBC, I've never had so many emails, tweets, text messages from people that are experiencing this, and I think it's, yes, people are upset that their bills are going up, but they're also frustrated at being unable to get answers about why. That's what's really coming across. And it's, people that live in housing association owned properties, some in private. It's across the board and beyond London. I'm hearing from people as well. Just to give you an example of some of the emails we've been getting here, NASA wrote in to say his charges have gone up. But so we've had Robert as well. He said his have gone up by 103% this year, from £140 to £285. We've got another one here. That's from Kipros. He says his service charge started at just over £1,700 a year and is now around £10,000 a year, with some paying even more. Now, I think you've got to remember as well, this is, for some people on top of rising mortgages and the cost of living generally.
So what can people do, Tara?
Well, it's really difficult, Riz. I mean, to challenge dispute service charges, often people have to go to a tribunal, they have to collect lots of paperwork, it can be expensive and extremely time-consuming. But the government says there's new laws going through which they hope will improve transparency of service charges and change the way that legal costs are worked out. But so many people have told me they feel completely powerless, and are really hoping that this new legislation will make some difference. But we'll keep across this story, Riz.
Yeah, thank you. I know that you will. Thanks very much indeed. That's Tara Welsh there.